Hello, this is Dr. Yam. We are going to learn the dissolve functions. The first of all, the dissolve means when I show you a picture that is usually under data management and generalizations dissolve. If you click this, the picture will make you understand. So let's see these pictures here. So this 1, 2, 3 feature will be the same groups. 1, 2, 3 features are the same groups, and 2 features are the same groups. So now, if you dissolve, if you use the dissolve function, you're gonna dissolve all these boundary lines, and then it becomes 1, 2, 3 features. Now, if you have like some value 1, 1, 1, then if you assign, you're gonna aggregate all the data value in here, and then the outcome map will aggregate all the value, and then it becomes 3 here, right? So that is the fundamental concept of dissolve. For example, let's say we have the US counties shapefiles. Each county has the total populations. Then I want to make the state shapefile through that one. So then I will say, you got the U.S. county shapefile, and there's like total the population of each counties, right? Then I will say, okay, I'm going to dissolve all the county boundary lines. I'm going to dissolve that. Then I'm going to aggregate all the total population, and then it becomes state total populations. Then you are going to create state shapefile with state total population. So actually you are going to convert the US county shapefile, which has the total population in it, and you're going to convert the layer into state shapefile and has the total population of state in it. Okay, let me show you how to do that. Look at this. This is the US county and Ohio counties. And first of all, I'm going to turn up the the Ohio county, Ohio Census Tract shapefile. So now this is US counties. I'm going to open the attribute table here. Let's say here we have 3,108 county shapefiles, and we have each county has total population here, and then there's the county names and GeoID. Those are unique identifiers, right? And there are some we have the same county names like this. There are so many Adams County in the US, right? So county name is not the unique identifiers, right? So if you look at here, look at this. All these are Adams County, right? So now if you go here, but they're Adams County, but of course they start with A, so that's gonna be the first county on each state, right? Right? You cannot have the two same county names in the one state, right? So this is the unique county in each state, but there are also many Adams County in the US, right? Something like that. So this is not the unique identifiers, but these are unique identifiers. And these are not unique identifiers. Also, these are not the state number and county number, GeoID, and county name, total population. So actually, this is our data, right? So now, what I'm going to do, if you look at here, the United States. So now I'm going to dissolve these lines, those are California, right? I'm going to dissolve these lines and then aggregate this population together, and then create one single California state, the feature with total population of state, right? So let me show you again here. So now we are going to use dissolve function. Dissolve function, it is very useful, and then this is very like the powerful tool to create data, to handling your data set. Okay, you can apply this dissolve function in many ways. Okay, so now if you go to geoprocessing, you can see here dissolve. If you click this, you can see like this. Also here too. The reason that buffer, clip, intersect, union, merge, dissolve is on here, even though they are located in the toolbox here, the reason they are here is it's popular and you are going to use so many times. Okay, so all this like this icons under geoprocessing, that is one of the most popular tools that you are going to use all the time. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, I'm going to open the attribute table, the model builder screen. So at this moment you may be curious about, I am using model builder screen like this. The reason is sometimes, many times usually, output of eraser will be input of dissolve function, right? So you can see you are going to use like the many function, like you're gonna use something like let's say you use the clip, you use some like what else, spatial join, something like this. You are using multiple function here, but in the arc map, usually what we can see, the output of this function will be input of this function, and output of this function will be input of this function, and then you are going to connect all the process together, and then you can create the final map. So this model builder will show you what you have done so far. So you're gonna save this model builder for the future, and then maybe in year, then you are going to do like something similar project. Then you can open the model builder, and then you can see what you have done years ago. Then you can get some clue from this model builder, and then you can do your own project. You can start your own project, right? So model builder is pretty much useful, and then also you can see, you can visualize your like the method. Okay, this is why you can use model builder in various way, right? So but I don't really care whether or not you are using model builder. If you can do that manually, it's fine, so I just tell you the model builder, it can visualize your process, and it can be the reference for the future. Okay, so also in many like the GIS paper, people include that the model builder graph on the paper, then it looks, then we can that is pretty much powerful. Then you can write down your process. Okay, so let me start the dissolve here. So here, as I showed you here, I showed you this kind of information. So I'm going to ascending here. This is Alabama, from here to here. So now I'm going to do like the quick statistic here. So here, this is sum 4841164. You need to remember this number. Okay, this is like I aggregate all this total population. This is like the county population in the state Alabama, So we got 67 counties in the Alabama, right? So the sum of the total population, that will be 4841164, like this. Okay, so you need to remember this number. Okay, I'm going to turn off. This is Alabama, and I'm going to do clear selection. So I open the model builder screen, and then I found my dissolve function here, and right click and open. So if you are confused, you need to remember these pictures. Okay, every single function has those kind of pictures, so you need to see these pictures, right? Input feature, that's gonna be our US counties, right? And I see we can do this US counties. Right, now these are the field that we saw in the attribute table, right? So now I'm going to, we say dissolve field. So which boundary are you going to erase? Are you going to dissolve? So I'm going to click this state ID. So that means, let's say, try to imagine like the state Alabama. There are 67 counties, and if I click state fifth number 01, right? So within 01, all the line will be dissolved, and then our command will aggregate the total population, and it becomes state total populations, right? So actually you can select, you can do like the multiple selection here. Okay, so if you have more, like the state boundary and like the school district, congressional district, if you have those kind of stuff, you can select a multiple selection on here. But actually I want to have state total population shapefile. So here I'm going to click here. So this is the dissolve field part. Okay, you are going to select, you are going to dissolve based on what? Okay, based on what? So we are going to select the state fifth number. So state fifth number will be like the, not the threshold, not the criteria. So we can say based on the state fifth number, we are going to dissolve every lines within that state, right? So here, this part is calculation part. This is dissolve part, calculation part. So we need to thinking about dissolve. When you open the dissolve box, it has been separated two parts. Here, dissolve part, this is calculation part. Okay, so now statistic field, you are going to click this. Then I'm going to select the total population here, right? So field, the total population, it shows you the red X mark. Then you click here, right? You click here, then you can see here's a small arrow. If you click the small arrow, then you can see here some minimum, maximum range, standard deviation count, something like that. So we are going to sum. Excuse me. We are going to sum the total population each county, right? Then it becomes one single state total population, right? So we did it. Then I'm going to save this thing into my dissolve GDB right here. Then I will say US state total population. Click OK, and I will click OK. Then now we are here. Then I'm going to set up the add to display, and you need to pay attention to this layer and how it is going to be changed, and run. So reason that I'm using this model builder, this is another reason. So without model builder and then you just click OK, then you are just going to wait until that Acme shows you it's done. But if you use a model builder, you can actually see like the bar is moving. So that makes me like the comfortable. Okay. So now here, look at this. So now this county data become this. I'm going to open the attribute table. So now here by state ID, right? I'm going to right click ascending. Do you remember this number? 48411164. I'm going to open this and make the vertical. Then here, so this is Alabama, right? And if you look at here, this is Alabama here, and I'm going to I'm going to do like the selected by attribute. So now equal Alabama and 67, and I'm going to do statistics. So this number and this number, 4841164, 4841164. So you understand what I did right now. So I created state shapefile from US County shapefile, and I also calculated all this information. Okay, so if you look at here, you can do from smaller boundary to larger boundary, but you cannot split all this like the let's say this is like Alabama, this is one single Alabama, this one like this. You cannot split into 67 counties through the dissolve. Of course, there's a way to split that the 67 counties from here, but it does not. The Acme will not calculate the population. It cannot split the population through the county populations. Okay, so now is this tips. Dissolve you can only do one way, which is from like the smaller boundary to make the larger boundary. So county boundary is smaller than state boundary, so you can dissolve this thing into state boundary. Okay, that is function of dissolve. Okay, so let me see state Ohio again. So now this is state Ohio. So then I'm going to see attribute table here. So here, this is GeoID. This is GeoID, and let me see, do we have any like the county names? Yes, here. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to assign the county names on the Ohio Census Tract. So I'm going to do selected by attribute and state fifths equal get unique value 39 and apply, and 88 counties, and I'm going to export this one into my dissolve Ohio. So the reason that I am doing this, I can show you something better stuff. So I'm going to turn off. And let me see Census Tract like this. And Eastern County. And so here, this is like the, now we are looking at the Ohio Census Tract 2016. So we can have like total household, own occupied, and rent occupied, and we got a county county number, right? So like this, all this census tract 1, 2, 3. Look at this. This census tract belongs to the first county, right? So let's take a look at how many census tracts in the Cuyahoga County, sorted by locations and county fifths. Then we're gonna go get unique value and 35, 035. This is Cuyahoga County. Like this, so we got the 447 here. So now, so this is like the lake. Actually, we don't need it. So now what I'm going to do, I have like the school district. You don't need to know at this point, but I'm going to assign. So in order to do the dissolve, I'm going to assign that school district names. So this is school district names, right? So I'm going to assign this name on here, right? So before we assign, I'm going to clean up my school district layer like this. So we only need this one and this one. So I'm going to delete everything except for these two. So I'm going to go search, delete the field, and just click the delete the field. Or you can also do this thing like here, delete the field. I'm going to click school districts and select all, and I only need GOID and names. Then I'm going to delete the field. Right? That's it. It's done. So actually I did not put that thing on here. So I did it manually. So this is our layer here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to remove this, and I will show you how to use the model builder, like the process. So first of all, and I'm going to assign this the school district name on your the Ohio Census Tract layer, because Ohio Census Tract does not have any populations and those kind of stuff. So I'm going to dissolve those kind of information based on county and school district. Okay, so here I'm going to do here, what I'm going to do, I'm going to select, so here intersect. So I mean, you're going to learn this function next week, but it's good to see here. So I'm going to intersect the school district and Ohio Census Tract, and I'm going to save this. Ohio tracts with school districts, and save it. Click OK and auto layout, and I'm going to do add to display and intersect and run. So now then if I intersect it, and I'm going to close this too, and the information from school district from Census Tract will come together here. We have here GYD and total population, and also we have school names, right? So now I'm going to delete unnecessary information here. What we need here, we need this, right? And county number and school names, right? So I'm going to go here and search delete the field. I'm going to click like this, and then I'm going to connect this input table and right click and open. I'm going to select all except for what we need. Let me see what we need. So I'm going to open. We need names. We got select everything. We need names, and we need the county fifths, because we are going to dissolve based on county and names. And we need this, and also we need Census Tract ID and school district ID, right? So we are going to delete without those kind of stuff, without those like the necessary field, and click OK. And I'm going to auto layout, and I'm going to run. So now I am cleaning my data. So now output of intersect will be input of deleted field. Then now I'm going to dissolve this layer and then see based on school district. Okay, so now I'm going to go a catalog, and then I'm going to select the dissolve function here. So now we are going to do dissolve function here. So we created a single layer through the intersect function. So this one is census tract with a school district. This is this layer. Then we using delete the field function, and then we clean up unnecessary field from output of intersect. Then now this is our result with cleaned layer. Then I'm going to connect this one to here, right? Then input feature, and I'm going to dissolve here. Now look at this. So I'm going to dissolve based on county, the name, which is like school district names, and county, right? I'm going to dissolve this layer based on name and county. When we dissolve from US county to state, so we only select one field, right? But now you can select a multiple field here, right? Then now I'm going to assign the calculation. So total, owner, and renter, like this. Then I'm going to click this one. I will say sum. And also I'm going to say sum, something like this. Then I'm going to save this in my dissolve function, and I will say dissolve. Click OK. So now we are here, and I saved it here, and I just click OK. So now we are ready to dissolve. So add to display, we are going to run. So now it is going to dissolve based on two selections, right? County and school districts. So it will look like this. So I'm going to open the result here. So now if you do this, and this is school district and counties like this, and then this is total, right? This is total. Okay, let me see Cuyahoga County selected by attribute, and it will be 035, and I found this. So if I click this, in the Cuyahoga County we got 32 school districts, right? And then we calculated like this, right? So now we don't have any like the census tract ID. So census tract boundary is smaller than like the county and school districts, right? So we can see like this. So this is a function of dissolve, right? So this is how we can use dissolve function, right? So remember this one, if you open this one, you can select two, like the school district name and county. You can do multiple selection. You can dissolve based on your selection. It's just not only one selection, you can make 2 or 3. Okay, you can also assign the calculation part here. Okay, this is the dissolve. Okay, so you are going to use dissolve function many times, and this is very efficient. And also you need to remember this. This is like the kind of the process. In order to dissolve, you prepare, or you just pass through those kind of like the process. So you can save this, save as, like you can name your like the model, like the dissolve, like the 1. Then you can not save in the, you cannot save in the GDB. You are going to create a toolbox. Okay, so I'm going to create a toolbox here. Then I will say dissolve, and you can save your dissolve, the model builder, in here and save. Then now if you go to your week 5, and I'm going to refresh, then now you got the dissolve. And here if you click this, this is your model builder. And then if you double click it, of course it does not work. So if you want to open it, you just right click and go edit, then you can open it. Okay, this is dissolve. So it could be a little bit confused. What is the common mistake in the dissolve? Is this part. So you are going to dissolve the layer and then calculate this, and then many students like to click total and own it like here. So you cannot dissolve the number. Okay, so this is like the data. This is like the field to calculate, not dissolve. Okay, so it could be very complicated, but just simply number calculation is the bottom, and then like the dissolve, you can like the dissolve the lines based on what. So you can select the dissolve field here, and then you are going to assign the calculation part on the bottom, and using this arrow you can assign the field that you want to calculate. Then you click here, and then you can select what kind of result you want. Okay, this is the common mistake in the dissolve function, but if you pay attention to it, if you imagine what's gonna happening, then it's gonna be okay. All right, so this is the dissolve. I'm gonna say yes. So good luck.